So, how are you doing, honey? It's a little chilly?
Just a little chill.
A little chill.
Yep.
Okay. Very nice.
Miss you guys.
Miss you guys. Hope everything is well. We're on where?
I don't know.
Lake.
We're on a lake.
Lake Lucerne.
Okay.
Did you know that?
That's fine.
Okay. He's keeping up.
Put it like on the side. It's still part of the vibe, you know? I'm a girl. Okay.
It's okay.
Okay, here we go. We're ready now. We're gonna do a cheers. Be careful with your glasses there.
Okay, so we have to cheers. Cheers to Zurich.
Okay, let's see.
Eric Johnson, what's
not
the...
bad. Pretty good.
I don't know what it is, but it looks good.
You like it?
Called scenery landscape of the Swiss beautiful lakes, Swiss beautiful Alps, together with right side of the tradition, Swiss chalet. We also enjoy a typical Swiss yodeling music. I know not every one of you love the yodeling music, right? But believe me, I spent 7.5 hours, went through all the yodeling music on YouTube and found the best piece for you.
Okay.
I almost fall asleep, when I went through all those, oh, this is boring, oh, this is the same, until this piece popped out, woke me up. I say, yeah, that is the one I'm going to share with my guests. So I will play that through my iPhone, so the sound system will not be perfect. Excuse me for that, okay? Other than that, it is a short piece for those who do not read.
Get it on.
what do we have here on the roof of our Viking Herja? We've got a putting green. You know how important that is. And an herb garden.
Look at over there, Al. Shuffleboard.
Oh, I love it. So I believe that's sage, thyme, rosemary. Not sure. Not sure. Mint. Yes, mint. Thyme. Somebody help me with that one. Is that? I need a smell. Oh. Oregano, I think. Rosemary. A little shuffleboard in your life. Mint, rosemary, lavender, duh, not sage, lavender. Here's sage. Yes, love it. Some more mint. The mysterious. Yeah. Ooh, that's lovely. Thyme, back to rosemary. Wonderful. All right. Last time we were here, feet of snow on the ground, and we went over there by that condo complex and out there to the coaches to go into town over there.
It's a crew area. Isn't that neat?
Downstairs?
Right there. No, right here. This is crew area.
Oh, this is crew.
Yeah.
It says that? Oh, very nice.
Isn't that nice?
This is where they hang. All right. Good for them. Ashtrays, notice.
Yeah.
So our flag is registered in Germany. Our ship. Okay. Okay, get it on. All right.
As in the old days, cruise ships, it was shuffleboard.
Yep.
Ooh.
So, yeah, you need to warm up a little bit and know that how hard you have to push it. Oh, so somewhere in the middle.
All right, let's see if I can do this.
Oh, that's good. That's good.
Oh,
Had you been middle, you would have been 10. Yep. Good job.
Isn't this fun?
Let's go get this puck. Okay. Oh, they're good and heavy.
Aren't they? Yeah. And this is the actual. Oh, thank you. Actual shuffleboard. This is
Uh-huh.
neat.
Great.
I'll have to bring Tammy up here.
For sure. She'd get a kick out of this.
We do the hand one on the small table.
Uh-huh.
That's fun.
Very good.
Feel for you. And I wanted to empathize.
We spent the day in Interlaken, and today we are here in Strasbourg. Here's the bridge, my wonderful husband, his super duper mom, Dorothy, and I'm gonna sit here and edit a video after I stitch some. I am trying to catch up and stay completed with March. So here I am on that second section, the big daisy in the middle. And I've got my phone kind of wedged in carefully on my looking glass that's against my chest. So we'll see how well I can do keeping your view centered. It's been a pretty fabulously tiring and wonderful trip. We start, oh, here's my top. So I could stitch it like this. I've got the side done and I'm here on that lower section. But because I do my crosses from top right to lower left. Is the theater person in me to want to do the most powerful character in theater in your play is crossing from upstage left to downstage right. And that's just always what I've thought I should do to create the most powerful stitch. Whether it's right side up or upside down, the stitch of course will be the same. With projects like this, sometimes I think you can get wackadoodle because you turn it around. So my habit is to keep my tightening bolt always at the top of my art project. So I have reference for that. I try not to just let my crosses be in random finish. Let's see. So this is, ladies and gentlemen, in case you don't know, Fox and Rabbit 2025 Mystery Stitch Along. I am working on March currently, which has some meat to it here, as you see. I need to repeat each of these sections 4 times. I worked on the kind of flower that rises there to the left of what I'm working on right now on the bus ride home from Interlaken Alps. We're on, as I create this, we have been traveling for exactly a week. This is what I'm working on. Right there. We started by flying out of LAX and headed to Munich, and from Munich headed to Milan. We stayed in Milan for 3 days. It was wonderful. A little wet, but we did just fine. It wasn't as wet as it could have been. Such a fantastic historical city, and I look forward to going back someday. We loaded up and headed to the Alps. We bought into the excursion that took us to see Eiger. A Clint Eastwood movie, Eiger Sanction, was based on the tragic lure of Eiger. And then Jungfrau is another one of the 3 tall ones, and M-O-N-C-H, Monch, is the one in the middle. When we went up, there are a ton of skiing, families, couples. It was wonderful, but I'd also like to say there were numerous people hiking with their snowshoes or snow boots and walking poles. It was great to see all that. We took a train up from where our bus let us off, our coach. The train, I feel like, was literally at 45 degrees, if not more. And then we had lunch at a beautiful resort up there. Got to shop. We bought, no kidding, a cowbell, a full-on old historic cowbell on a leather strap. I'm going to be using it at the camp, camp hosting. Eric, instead of that or a whistle, we'll use cowbell. I need a drumstick. We then headed back to the rest of the group that was on the Viking Hejja and loaded up last night into our room, finally, and we are on the cruise now. Settled here in Strasbourg. My niece went off to, as I said in the morning, go get jiggy with it, Ashley. Go have a great time. So she's off seeing the beautiful historic Strasbourg. here is the only thing I'm missing, I feel like, by staying aboard with Grandma and having a chill day is the Christmas store. The ornament store is just fabulous. But she's saving me money. I'll survive. All right, let's get reorganized here. Loving it. Working out kind of well. Folks around me talking, so I've brought them down because we were talking about folks on the that we have met on the cruise at dinner and on our various outings. Back to action here. I'm in the room recording this voiceover. Let's see. Each day I sit down before I get in bed and do a little writing of what we did. It's nice when you're on the cruise. Of course, they give you the Viking Daily, and that says it all. But then I think it's always nice to have written down what you actually did and the workings of that tour. We had a situation in Milan where they had a ticket for going into the cathedral and then going up on the roof, and that was a special price. And then they had one where you could use the elevator. My bad. I was to think that the elevator was handicap accessible. You got to ask things, I guess, which I did not. And Ashley, Grandma's traveling buddy, gets up there, and you still have to do 90 more steps just to get to the roof. And then, after you've seen the roof, you get to come back down, I think that not just 90, but then the 254 that are on in the side of the wall of the cathedral, and come on back down. Well, that's not happening. So we needed to figure out how to ask, request, beg them to put Mom in the elevator and bring her back down. But she still had to come back down the 90 steps. So when they told us to go back around to where we went up the steps and explain, first we went by the line up for the elevator, and I saw a few young ladies that were working for the church standing there, and I said, "Do you speak English?" And I explained the situation, and then she brought me up to, I think, the young lady in charge of the whole procedure of either elevators or the stairs. And to make this long story short, she allowed my husband and our friend Lonnie to go up on the elevator and go help Mom back down. And they were allowed to use the elevator to return to street level. Thank goodness. So we got a story out of that. But you mustn't assume just because elevators are being used that it is being considered handicap accessible, as my brain, unfortunately for Dorothy, flipped into. It is not accessible, I have here in my journal. Zurich, Switzerland was absolutely beautiful. I can't speak highly enough. There's a gorgeous old town, and there is a where we were staying at the Marriott Renaissance, more of an industrial area, but super clean, super safe, it felt, and good restaurants, which we were going to go to a brisket barbecue, but they were sold out that night for a private party. We did go over to Old Town. My niece Ashley made reservations at a beautiful pub, which we got a table for 4, and you saw us cheer with our fantastic beverages. Both Ashley and Eric didn't know what they wanted, so they allowed the bartender dealer's choice, and they brought them a pistachio nut whiskey drink for Eric and a beautiful kind of lavender flavor margarita tasting with ginger beverage for Ashley. I had a Singapore sling, and my mother-in-law, in that beautiful glass that she had an old-fashioned. Let's see. When we were visiting Interlaken, the Alps, we were in the clouds and it was kind of whiteout condition, and the brightness, it was just shocking to your eyeballs. So sunglasses would have been a real plus for me, but I didn't have them. I just kind of brought my jacket hood up over my face and tried to block the sun and the light from the snow or clouds getting in my eyes. Continuing on. Our captain, in introducing everyone last night at our welcome piece, that at the end of it, Lonnie was passing out completely, all used up, explained that we are going to be a part of this cruise 5 countries. Obviously, Germany, Switzerland, France, Luxembourg, and what's the 5th? Well, apparently we're going to be visiting the U.S. cemetery where Patton is buried, which is an exciting opportunity. My father was in the Italian theater of World War II, and he was in Africa, North Africa as well, Morocco. So my dad met General Bradley in the hospital. Not Patton. Stitching away here. In today's Viking Daily, I see that at 9 o'clock there's going to be evening entertainment, which is going to be the Sounds of Europe, Roma Jazz, and French Acoustic Swing, which is live music. And so I'm going to have to put on a skirt, don't you think? That's fabulous. Our temperature this morning when we got up was 29 Fahrenheit, and the high today is going to be 55. Tomorrow it'll be high 50s. There are folks this afternoon, my niece being one, that's going on a wine tasting adventure excursion. Winding its way past vineyard-laden countryside, verdant hills, medieval castles, and charming villages, the Alsatian Wine Trail offers a captivating journey through one of France's most picturesque regions. Here you will find a rich winemaking tradition that blends German and French viticulture techniques handed down through the centuries. Here are a few of the splendid highlights that you can explore on our 105-mile or 170-kilometer route. So they're going to be out a while. And they mention the wines and the regions that we will be visiting. We are known in what is known as Petite or Small France, the Jewel of Strasbourg. That's in the center of Old Town, and I know it's been declared a UNESCO heritage site. With its half-timbered houses, lacing canals, and flower-filled squares, Petite France is a part of Strasbourg's Grande Ile UNESCO World Heritage Site and city's most romantic spot. But the story behind the name is, well, not so romantic. When Strasbourg was a free city of the Holy Roman Empire, the Grand Magistrate isolated the sick in the Tanners district. French soldiers were sent to the Hospice des Verroys to be treated for syphilis, which they had contracted in Italy. The local people referred to it as the French disease and derisively called the hospital here, this area, Petite France, Little France. Today, it is the city's most picturesque quarter. Cross over the 4 channels that follow through the heart of Petite France via the Ponts Couverts, the defensive bridges that were once covered with wooden roofs, and admire the Vauban Barrage, a system of locks and dams built in the 1690, and take in the panoramic views of St. Thomas Church. It has existed here since the 12th century, but became a Protestant church in 1529. Its interior includes the white marble tomb of Maréchal de Saxe, decorated with animal figures representing the places in which he fought for King Louis XV. Be sure to visit the Tanners Building, a riverside guild house that may be the most photographed structure in the quarter. And it's here in my Viking Daily, a sketch of it. Perfect. Strasbourg, France. The largest port in the Upper Rhine, Strasbourg is the cultural center of France's Alsace region. Thanks to its location at the border of France and Germany, it boasts a convivial mix of cultural influences. The well-preserved town is enclosed on all sides by the little Ile River, with sites so compact that it is easy to explore the island, quote, island, on foot. And there is plenty to explore: cobblestone streets lined with wooden houses and intersected by picturesque canals. Indulging in the Alsatian cafe culture is central to any visit here. You want to enjoy coffee and cake amid lovely half-timbered houses. The Alsace is long been known for the high quality of its cooking. From home kitchens to cozy bistros to some of the top-rated Michelin-starred restaurants in France, based on locally grown crops, farm-raised animals, and wild game, Alsatian cuisine successfully fuses hearty German fare with elegant French flair. So it's Alsatian, Alsatian, at least in English. If you love fresh asparagus, be sure to visit this region during the spring. Alsace is famous for its white asparagus and is one of the few regions in France where the variety grows. The vegetable is traditionally eaten with ham and mayonnaise, and every restaurant in Alsace is is going to offer a few asparagus dishes. Alsace's signature dish is croquet garni, a savory mix of sauerkraut, onions, and herbs braised in Riesling and garnished with several cuts of pork, such as bacon and smoked sausage. Another specialty is flamme quiche, or tarte flambée, a chewy flatbread smothered with lardons, so fats, onions, and creme fraiche. The most prominent cheese is Munster, a small creamy cheese that is made using unpasteurized milk, often served with a sprinkling of cumin. Also popular is bibliocasse, a cream cheese seasoned with garlic, onion, parsley, and sometimes bacon. It goes well with a bretzel, an Alsatian version of a fresh baked pretzel. Alsace's patisseries will attempt to get you pulled into their shop with a variety of beautiful eclairs, tarts, madeleines, and the quintessential Alsatian dessert, Kaugelhof. It is made with brioche-type dough with dried fruits and nuts and baked in a special round fluted pan. You will have plenty of choices for washing down your hearty Alsatian fare. Alsace is the main beer producing region of France. It makes primarily in Strasbourg breweries Kirsch that is most common. The locals make it out of elderberries, strawberries, or whatever fruit is locally available. Alsatian wines are mostly white and display a strong Germanic influence. It produces some of the world's best dry Rieslings. For traditional fare, look for small family-run bistros or bakeries. Some of the best ones are nestled in one half of the timbered houses. Their window boxes will probably be bursting with red geraniums in the summer. These old-style eateries may serve their food in rustic earthenware and pour their excellent local wines out of blue and gray stoneware pitchers into green-stemmed wine glasses. Dining Alsace is truly a feast for both the palate and the eyes. Today in history, March 18th. In 1891, Britain is linked to the continent by telephone. In 1965, Soviet cosmonaut Alexei Leonov makes the first ever spacewalk. In 1990, the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum in Boston is robbed in the largest art theft in U.S. history. Today's marked birthdays. March 18th is in 1837, President Grover Cleveland. And the birthday in 1844, Nikolai Rimsky-Korsakov, the Roman composer. He died in 1908. The nautical term of the day for our Viking Hejaz is toe the line. This is a good one to know. It's used in literature quite often. When called to line up at attention, the ship's crew would form up with their toes touching the seam of the deck planking. Toe the line. Toe to the line. At attention. That's pretty cool. I have my one row here to finish. I have been working on bus rides, on airplanes, and in just chill out, sit down time. I know not much has happened, but I did have that whole floral rise there next to what I'm working on completed, and I think half of it was misspaced by one, and I thought, oh, what the heck, let's just take it out. So on a bus ride, I sat just pecking. I think it was earlier in the day yesterday. And then we had quite a long bus ride, and I was able to get that back in. My voice is still rather Brenda Vaccaro husky. Sorry about that. I'm still working to get rid of this cough due to cold, just cold that I've had in my face, my cheeks, my eyes, my forehead. And then on bus rides, it's really quite a pain in the rear end to start a coughing jag from the trickle in your throat. I know I worry people. You didn't see them wearing masks, but now they're wearing masks because you're coughing. So I've been keeping a huge handful of cough drops, Halls, in my fanny pack that I always have on my front. I have consumed so many cough drops, just always have it in my cheek to ward off the coughing jag. I haven't taken medicine now, I think, for 4 days. And I do try to eat smart fruits and vegetables, drink orange juice, spinach this morning with my breakfast, creamed spinach. Oh, it was so good. I know a lot of people find that disgusting, but when I was a kid in elementary school and they'd serve that, I'd want everybody's because I just love salty cooked spinach. It goes down like Popeye for me. Gonna finish here. Thank you for being here. It just felt like it had been a while, so I thought I'd turn my phone on record and show you what I was up to and chat a little about our week's adventures thus far.
Good morning. This announcement is for the housekeeping team. Please come to the reception. Thank you.
Wonder what's going on. So we were sitting in the lounge and having conversations about various other travelers that we've met on our various excursions, and it just didn't feel right to have this come through on this. So I thought, you know what, I'm going to excuse myself and come back into our room and talk to you about some of the things that I would have loved to have chatted about with Eric sitting next to me, but I didn't want to confuse his mom sitting with us here. Okay. Let's park this baby. And again, I apologize for not having my phone perfectly centered. I kept looking and noticing it was a little too high and tried to bring it back down, crush it into my tummy a little bit. I must say the ride over here on Lufthansa, we were on an A380-800. What a giant plane that is. And I know it wasn't full, as our section in economy premium had many open seats. It was very comfortable. I did take, I think, NyQuil night version, and I think I slept, for about 4.5 or 5 hours. Eric said he didn't sleep at all, or very much at all, just drifted in and out. I could see him in front of me watching movies. Why he was in front of me, the girl who sat in the bulkhead right in front of me, what in the heck? As soon as she sat down, she tipped her chair back as far as she could and kept like, is that as much as I can? Is that as far as I can go? Kept pushing it. She was about 6 inches from my chest. I was staring at her part. I'm like, I can't do this. No. And I had heard the cabin crew person say to the gentleman behind me, ask, are you together? There's so many available seats in the center here. You're welcome to them. And so that was in my memory. And when she did that, I was like, no, I'm not going to do this. So I went into the middle area with nobody in front of me and nobody beside me. And it stayed that way. Nobody moved and bothered me. And I tried not to tip my chairs back. There was a family behind me sleeping away with their eye covers on. And they got some good sleep and they were perfectly quiet. Obviously, I didn't wake up for quite some time. The plane was extremely smooth. No bumps, no shuddering. Gosh, I have not been on, I don't believe, on a 380. That was our first time. Fantastic. And we were on the lower floor, right behind whatever was right, a staircase that went up, I think first class. I listened to music and I stitched away. And then once I had taken my meds, I got sleepy and passed out. Okay, happy day here. Finished with this one center. Capping it off with that stitch. My color plethora here, or color palette, was encouraged to me by Tracy Provis, and I'll take a picture and share that with you before I finish this off. I have the desire to do the many colors of sunsets that we have as we're camp hosting in San Clemente. It goes anywhere from mauve to orange to purples, blues obviously, midnight blue, pink. Orange is the one that, mauve and orange is the one that I love the most. Okay, let's park this girl. Get her woven in and out of some back threads. And call it a day here. I love that we're doing this with others. I hope, Lois, I hope you've gotten your fabrics and your threads. Where's my little scissors? I know I had you in here somewhere in my project bag. My grime guard is made with leftover fabric from creating a shirt out of Hawaiian Spam fabric for Zach's birthday in February, and I couldn't resist it and made 2 grime guards actually. There we go. Thank you so much for being here. Oh, lovely. Thank you for participating and being patient with me. See you next time.